With almost 2,000 students and a £9 million budget to spend on them, controlling finances at Ossett School in West Yorkshire is a full-time job for business manager Tracy Jackson.
My role is quite varied and wide, and it covers more or less everything that isn't learning and teaching. So, for example, financial management, I look after the school budget. I also look after HR, so recruiting, premises management and the development of the premises, and then also anything to do with external contracts within the school. We tend to start by looking at what it is we want to spend it on, what our fixed costs are, and generally when we first put that together we find that we can't afford to do everything that we want to do. So the idea is then we start looking at re-examining our fixed costs and finding where we can make some savings, generate income, achieve more value for money. Payroll is something that I've often considered, but it seems a bit daunting and frightening. The amount we were paying per annum was £7,500. So we now run that service using our existing staff within school. Basically, we're making a saving of almost £7,000 per annum by running it in-house. I think it takes about 4 to 5 hours a month to run a payroll, and you know, that's it. And we were so frightened of doing it, and it's actually quite simple.
18 months ago, Tracy dropped the school's HR contract and hired an in-house HR manager, shared with another school, and has found staff benefit from a far more personal service.
So we've found that, although we've had to invest in a HR manager, the savings in long-term sickness absences have been massively significant, in the region of probably about £15,000, which has been worth it for us.
9 associate teachers have also been employed directly, cutting the cost of cover provision.
When they're not covering, they're actually linked to departments, so they're working with curriculum team leaders and teachers, either supporting in lessons or helping do display works, or just helping with particular admin tasks. So again, it's providing a better service than we would have had previously. But we make a net saving of about £90,000 a year, which is significant. We wanted to refurbish our what was then library, so we got 6 quotes, and the lowest one being £212,000. Unfortunately, our budget was only £80,000.
Undeterred, Tracy and the premises development team came up with their own in-house design at a projected cost of £60,000, and then did the work themselves.
Our premises development manager, or premises manager as he was at the time, said, you know, give me a few days, let me go away and I'll come back and I'll see what we can do. And after a few days he came back, plans drawn up, lots of costing exercises drawn up, and what he said was, if I can do the bulk of this work and get someone in to help me to do, you know, some sort of handiwork for me, we can probably deliver this at just under £60,000. So, right, okay, are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. We'd have to still subcontract some of the works. So any areas of structural engineering or specialised, we had some glass put in there, which obviously needs some sort of specialist workers. We felt that we could deliver it under 60. And in the end, we got the whole Learning Resource Centre refurbished, completed in a shorter timescale than we'd originally planned, and it actually came in at £55,000. The additional saving that we made under the £80,000 we spent on putting computers in, we got a new photocopier, and we made it look an even more exciting environment. This is our iBase that we've created. Originally we had a quote from an external provider, but we actually went out to tender for about £200,000, which we just simply couldn't afford. So again, we brought it in-house, gave it to our premises development team, and they actually managed to refurbish it at a higher spec than our original idea for less than £100,000, which was fantastic. What we've created is a huge learning space that can be used either for lessons, but it's also hired out by companies and other schools who use it for training purposes. So all of the IT equipment that we've got a load of laptops over there. We actually got at cost price because a local company wanted to sponsor it, and we're quite committed to it. So fantastic space for less than £100,000. I'm really proud of it.
Unhappy with the external ICT support contract, Tracy decided to employ staff directly.
We've got 2 amazing IT engineers. So the saving for that, again, we calculated being about £5,000 per annum. It's not a huge saving, however, what we've found is their commitment then to cost efficiencies and making savings has been huge. So in the few months that our IT support team have been in place, they've put some software in place that will make huge savings on, it just switches computers off on a night. What a simple idea. And we found that the first month that we had that in place, it saved over £1,000 in energy just by switching the computers off. It's amazing. The other thing that that we're about to embark on is virtualising the servers. So we're going from, I think it's 12 servers down to 3 servers.
At the top we've got the wireless box. This controls our wireless system. Then we've got our email server, our admin server, internet servers, storage and backups at the bottom there. At the moment all our servers are running at sort of 10% capacity. You've got 90% wastage there. After the summer holidays, all of this will be going. There'll be nothing left, and we'll just have 4 boxes, 4 new boxes to control everything.
It will, make a far more efficient system that will save in the region of £20,000 per annum.
The team also looked into reducing the huge annual printing bill of £35,000 and came up with a solution.
So the idea is we actually restrict per member of staff and per student the number of print copies they can do in a year or in a term, and we estimate that by honing that in and making people more accountable, we can save £20,000 a year. We are part of the Education Ossett Community Trust, so that's a trust of 9 schools within the town of Ossett, and where we felt that we could make some small savings but provide a much better level of service, and grounds maintenance was the one key element. And in the first year we've actually managed to generate income of £5,000, again to reinvest amongst the wider trust rather than just Ossett School. We've got a huge sports hall, we've got a swimming pool. We're very lucky to have a swimming pool, it's the only one in this town, so we ensure that those facilities are utilised up till 9:30 every night and also on a Saturday and a Sunday. We try and charge just slightly under the market rate because we want to make it accessible to the community of Ossett. We generate around about 110,000, but then obviously it costs about 50,000 just on energy, and the pool in itself, the pool maintenance, is quite expensive. So the net profit of that is about £60,000 per annum. My advice to other business managers and other leadership teams is to challenge everything. Look at everything. Don't ever accept anything on face value.
If we're saving on certain elements of provision, we've got more to invest in, for example, teachers, or it may be in resources for children to give them the best possible opportunities for the future.